Top 40s, dance, Latin, country, pop, rock and roll, all in one station, mixing genres and generations. You're listening to KNLY, New Waverly, Texas, 91.1 FM, The Boss.
The program presented are submitted by members of our community and are a proud sponsor of KNLY 91.1 FM. The views expressed do not necessarily reflect those of KNLY 91.1 FM and its affiliates.
Good morning, and welcome to Today with Cachet. There goes that here. Anyway, good morning. It's Friday. So it's Hot Topic Friday, and I'm really excited about the topic today because, one, I cannot believe I've not talked about it on air. I've thought about it, and so today we're going to do it. One of the hottest topics out there. We're going to talk today about pets. Can you believe it? I've not talked about pets on the show yet, and but I've got to open it up because I did some research, and what I read. I'm only going by what I read. This year alone, pet spending in the U.S. is estimated to exceed over $72 billion. Okay, $72 billion. That's huge, right? So obviously, pets are getting a lot of love. There's a lot of spending going on. It's a huge market. It's a hot topic. And they also said, which is huge, is that is more than the combined GDP of the 39 most poorest countries in the world. So I'm just saying, I think it's a huge topic and it's something to think about that's going on. And then it goes on to break down how many billions are spent. And I'm going to chime in and welcome Jill Zimmerman with Natural Paws. Can you believe this? I mean, these numbers, I'm over here just like shocked. I mean, is that true?
It's a big industry.
Yeah. I mean, 72 billion. Wow. Well, I guess I'm in the wrong business, right?
Right?
I mean,
yeah.
Are you kidding me?
It's a growing industry.
Yes.
There's been so many changes in the pet food industry in the last 10 years. It's come a long way from just Purina kibble and Old Roy. And, there's a lot healthier options out there now.
Okay. Sure.
Lots to choose from.
Let's talk about it. So you're with Natural Paws.
Yes.
So welcome, and tell us a little bit about two things: the story behind Natural Paws, which I was finding fascinating. We were talking a little bit earlier, and what differentiates that from the normal, so to speak, pet stores that are out there.
Right.
Yeah.
Forgive me if I don't. I'm a little nervous. So
she is
probably
so
to
good.
Versus
no,
like looking at the
no, she's
camera,
amazing.
So.
This woman's full of knowledge. Go ahead.
So, Natural Paws started in the Woodlands about 20 years ago. Biff and Nadine, couple, they had several dogs, and one of their dogs, Callie, had allergy issues, and they struggled and struggled and struggled. Her, hot spots, her hair was falling out. They tried everything. They were, trying medication.
Which is huge now.
Yes.
Big problem going on now.
Yes, it's so many people, and when the dog is suffering, the family is suffering.
Sure.
When the dog's not happy, nobody's happy.
So anyway, they started it. Yeah.
Yeah, they started Natural Paws because there wasn't really anything available back then.
Sure.
So they started bringing in more natural foods, holistic remedies.
Wow.
Foods, and the types of foods that we sell, they're all good,
right,
but they're not necessarily all good for the same dog. So we work with people to try to find the right food for their dog.
Well, it's just like us.
Mm-hmm.
We can't, all of us are not going to eat the same diet.
Right.
But as long as we're eating in the right foods, we're good. That's
Yes.
what you're saying. That's huge. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so they grew the company over 20 years to 24 stores in the Houston area. Last year they sold to independent pet partners.
Okay.
And now we are sister companies with Kreisers, And with there's a lot of other ones. They're mostly on the East Coast, but they're getting more involved in the southern markets.
Wow.
So it's a great infusion of capital at the right point. So I think the stores are really going to grow.
72 billion. I mean, I can only imagine out of those
Yes.
24 stores how much of the 72 billion they're getting. Yeah, I mean, yeah, and so we talked a little bit about what makes this store different, obviously, because it's more of the holistic approach, right?
Right.
So what are some of the key services that you offer at Natural Paws? Yes.
So we do full service grooming, bathing
Okay.
and grooming. That's
Perfect.
how I came to know Natural Paws, because I would walk by the stores and I would see all the food in there. And I thought, oh, who's buying that bougie, expensive food?
Right.
you
Oh,
know?
it's not necessary, all that
right,
stuff, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And I really didn't understand the thought process behind the products. But my dogs I used to take them to Petco, PetSmart to get groomed, and they started refusing to go. They were like, no, Mom. And a neighbor had told me about Natural Paws. I started taking them to the original store.
Okay.
And they would be excited when we pulled
Wow.
into the parking lot. Their tails would be wagging. I thought, okay, we found the right place.
Right.
So, and I've been with them ever since. I'm at the Pinecroft location.
Okay.
We have one in Sterling Ridge, the original store. Pinecroft is up by the Woodlands Mall. We've got one in Creekside, and also one in up by 99. I can't remember.
So really,
Springwood.
y'all are located nicely here in the Woodlands. I mean,
Yes.
so if people out there are listening, I'm sure tons of people are already going to the store, but there's different locations they can
Yes.
go to. And so someone walks in the store. What's that experience like? Give us a kind of a brief,
Well, yeah, I guess it depends on what you're coming in for.
Yeah.
We have a dog and cat products. We're a smaller store, so some of our other stores carry other type of animal
Sure.
things. And we always tell people we don't sell animals because we love them.
Right.
So
Yeah.
we do have rescue groups that come in.
Okay, so we've got like the pet grooming, you've got rescue groups,
Yeah.
you've got...
We've got lots of healthy types of treats, food, and we can help you pick out healthy types of treats. Got a lot of CBD products are
Okay.
very popular right now.
Yeah.
They fix all kinds. We hear so many miracle stories.
I'm hearing about it.
Everything from thunder, anxiety, things like that it can help with just issues when you have to take them to the vet. Cats who are very afraid
Right.
to go to the vet. Dogs who get scared from grooming or
Right.
getting their nails done. And not only that, but the CBD, we hear stories of cancer recovery.
Wow.
We have a lot of products that have, let's say, glucosamine and chondroitin for older dogs.
Okay.
Helps them, get around.
So people there, if someone's walking into your point, walks in and says, for the first time, wow, I'm coming in, and they're thinking they're going into a PetSmart. They're going into something completely different.
yeah.
And they're going to have someone there who's going to be able to educate them and to kind of give them that individual personal touch
Right.
for their dogs or
Yes.
for their cats or for whatever
Yes.
their pets are.
Even behavioral issues, a lot of times you can fix things with toys because bored dogs
Sure.
are naughty dogs.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
keeping them entertained, keeping them, healthy in their
Sure.
mind and body,
Right.
will help them to not destroy your shoes and
Yeah.
your stairs and things like that.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, this is just a question. What is some of the misconceptions, I guess, people have, or if you would say biggest misconceptions about what their pets? I always think about growing up when I was a kid, we had tons of pets, but meaning dogs. They were all dogs, but we had so many different dogs, and I love dogs. But back then, the dog went outside. It was the dog went outside, he stayed outside. Today, the dog is riding front seat in
Right.
his, car seat. I'm seeing strollers everywhere. You're thinking, oh,
Yes,
the poor
I
baby.
know.
It's a dog. I mean, their clothing
part
is
of
changed.
the family.
Right. And so how has that changed both the mindset and how people are handling their dogs? Or is that too much? Is there a balance? Should there be an in-between? And kind of speak a little bit on that, because 72 billion, there's a reason for that.
Right.
A lot of it is the
Oh,
pampering.
yes.
A lot of it is all of that. right? Yeah.
Well, nowadays the doodles are the hottest dog out there.
Oh,
You know,
okay. The doodle.
golden
Oh,
doodles,
yes,
the
labradoodles. Yes,
labradoodles.
yes.
There's
Yeah.
oodles of doodles
Okay,
everywhere.
okay.
And they're expensive.
Okay.
They require grooming, constant grooming.
Okay.
Dogs will either have hair or fur. So if they've got fur, they're going to shed.
Okay.
If they've got hair, it makes them hypoallergenic,
Okay.
which means they've got hair like us, and they will, like our hair does shed a little bit, but it's going to keep
Okay.
growing
So
forever and
breeds
ever and ever.
today are a little bit different than 20 years ago.
Yes.
That's what I'm hearing, and
Yes.
that's what's changed it,
A lot
where you
more
have to
maintenance.
do more maintenance. Okay? Okay.
And
Yeah.
people are becoming more aware of, compare, just like when you go to the grocery store, compare nutrition labels on your dog's food. If
Or your cat's food, or
your
any-
cat's
any
food.
of the animals,
Yes,
right, yeah.
I was mortified because I had fed my cat Purina little Friskies or whatever it was
Yeah,
her
yeah,
whole life.
yeah.
That's all there was out there. And knowing what I know now, I went back and I looked at the bag, and ingredient number 1, corn. Ingredient number 2, corn. Ingredient number 3 is even worse than corn. And it's disappointing
Yeah.
what a poor product has been on the market for so long.
Right.
And you can get a much better product, and you don't have to spend that much more money.
Right.
You know what I mean? And we've got some expensive foods,
Right.
that are top of the line.
Sure.
Origin and Acana, they the company, they own their own land. It's their own animals.
Right.
They are 36 hours slaughter to bag.
Wow.
It's their own vegetables grown on their property organically.
Yes.
Every single vitamin in that bag comes from an organically grown vegetable, not a vitamin pack. It's top of the line food.
Right.
Not every dog needs that.
Back to
You
your
know.
point. As long as you're shopping in the right arena,
Right.
it doesn't necessarily mean it has to be that, but you
Right.
have to be able to be in the right arena
Right.
to give your dog
Yes.
or your pet or whatever the animal is that you
Yeah.
have the proper nutrition. It
Yeah.
starts there. And I want to speak up. We're going to take a quick commercial, but I want to speak deeper into, because there has been a big epidemic about the dog foods that were not good, that were hurting the animals,
Right,
killing different
right.
animals and things of that nature, and how this approach could change all of that, a lot of that rather, and speak more into that when we get back.
Sure, yeah.
Let's take a quick commercial and we'll be right back.
We are broadcasting live from the Woodlands, Texas to the world. You're listening to the only multimedia FM station in Houston, Texas. Your Fusion Radio. Top 40s, dance, Latin, country, pop, rock and roll. All in one station. Mixing genres and generations. You're listening to KNLY, New Waverly, Texas. 91.1 FM, The Boss.
Veda's Medical Spa and Wellness Center is a premier wellness center specializing in effective medical interventions to help you look and feel younger. Dr. Nangrani is dedicated to providing unmatched personalized care using a holistic approach that includes sophisticated cosmetic, aesthetic, and anti-aging treatments in a warm and relaxing atmosphere. Combining a medical spa with a wellness center, we ensure the best medical treatments are complemented by specialized holistic healing techniques. Veda's treatments will enhance your natural beauty and never leave you with that done look. Visit us at vedasmedspa.com or call us at 281-298-5476.
It started as a dream. When I was a little kid, I always wanted to have my own restaurant. And it was a dream that finally we had the opportunity to build it here in the Woodlands. And I'm so happy with it.
It's a really authentic Italian food. I try to maintain the most original possible. It's very important. Every day I make my fresh pasta.
Chi mangia bene,
Mangia
mangia
italiano.
italiano. Please come and visit us.
This was a proud sponsor of KNLY 91.1 FM.
If you're tired of wasting your money on makeup bags that were not wide enough and tumbling out your cosmetics, Makeup Junkie bags are here. One of the best cosmetic and travel bags you'll ever own, handcrafted in Texas. You can visit www.makeupjunkiebags.com where you can find our collection of makeup bags, totes, man junk bags, and jewelry bags. But that's not all. These junkie bags are not only for makeup. Visit www.makeupjunkiebags.com and shop all the bags everyone loves. Get one for you, your family, and your friends.
This was a proud sponsor of KNLY
Cupcakes and
91.1
Bubbles,
FM.
located at 26400 Kirkendall Road in Tomball, Texas. Cupcakes and Bubbles has the sweetest and most delicious cupcakes for the entire family. From chocolate raspberry, strawberry rhubars, cookies and cream, and the most popular among kids, the s'mores cupcake. Come and enjoy our cupcakes with a glass of your favorite bubbles. Visit www.cupcakesandbubbles.com for the complete list of our delicious cupcakes. Order online through our webpage. DoorDash and Uber Eats is available too. Enjoy life's sweetest moments with Cupcakes and Bubbles.
This was a proud sponsor of KNLY 91.1 FM.
Do you feel that your energy costs are unnaturally high? Do you want to fortify your building and keep it strong and secure for years to come? Then NRG Spray Foam Insulation is the answer you're looking for. Our unique foam insulation is made to help our customers save in energy, prevent gas, air, and moisture infiltration, as well as helping with general stability in your building structure. Call us at 713-936-3021 or visit us online at nrgfoam.com for more information. NRG Spray Foam. Building green, living green.
This message was from a proud sponsor to KNLY 91.1 FM.
Welcome back to Today with Cachet. It is Friday, and I have got one of the hottest topics right now, okay? I'm talking all about pets this morning, and we have the lovely Jill Zimmerman with Natural Paws in the studio, sharing all about the information, the history of Natural Paws, obviously. One of the first, I think, right? A holistic...
Yeah, it's the first in the Woodlands area.
Okay. And we were talking before a commercial about food and how nutrition is important just as much for your pet as it is for yourself. And it's not so much that everybody can have the same, just like, people go in and buy, certain things that have to be specific for you. You have to do the same thing with your pets. And allergies are huge. You were mentioning that has been a big issue, why the store was even created and still going on today. I know some people who have some struggles with that. There's a bag of dog food there that you offer. Tell us a little bit about how that particular food is kind of combating some of these allergy issues that are going on.
This one, let's see if I can put it. Whoop, there we go.
Yeah, I'll hold it for you. Let me
Signature,
try to be like I was going to say Cachet, not Vanna, not Vanna, Cachet. Okay.
One of the points I wanted to make was all of the food that we sell there is good food. It's all healthy. It doesn't contain any corn, no byproducts. Mostly it's what's not in it that's important.
Yeah, and we were talking a little bit off air because I was saying, this allergy issue, it hits personally in my family with the dog, and he's scratching, he's biting, he's going through all of these different things, and nothing has solved it. And you mentioned potatoes. There's certain things, even though when people are cooking, they believe healthy for their dog.
Right.
What we said earlier, they still may not be getting the specifics. You want to speak a little bit deeper on that?
Sure, yeah. Signature is one of the brands that we carry, and there's several brands that we have that can address issues like that.
Right.
Some of the signs that, and unfortunately, a lot of today's like little designer dogs, they've been bred for cuteness not for health.
Yeah.
So they do suffer quite often from allergy type issues. A lot of what you'll see is excessive licking. Especially paw licking, or biting on their tail, biting on their paws, hot spots, skin issues, being prone to ear infections, being smelly and not being able to get rid of that smell.
Smells like a Dorito smell.
Yeah, a lot of
times.
That's
interesting. Yeah.
Top 2 allergens in the U.S. for dogs, believe it or not, are chicken, number 1.
Wow.
And potatoes are number 2. Wow. White potatoes and sweet potatoes are very high in the glycemic index.
Right.
So when they take out something that's not really good for dogs, like corn,
right,
they'll use another filler that's healthier.
Okay.
So you're going to use sweet potatoes or potatoes, chickpeas, legumes. The potatoes are very starchy, and their glycemic index goes way too high. Their paws will very often smell like Doritos or Fritos. It's a
Wow.
specific smell.
Wow.
You can, like, if you smell,
You'll know it. So if someone,
know.
if someone is experiencing this issue with their animal, their
Yeah.
pet, right? And you bring them in, they can bring them into the store.
Yes.
You can basically kind of assess it a little bit. I mean, you're not the
Right.
doctor, but
We're not
basically
vets.
you're able to kind of see some of these symptoms and
Yes.
say, hey,
Right.
let's look at the diet.
Right.
Again, it goes back to the nutrition.
Yeah.
And the reason I brought that up is because a lot of people say, oh, I just cook my food for my dog. And he's getting everything,
Right.
and I don't want to I'm not just speaking of dogs. I mean, I know there's
And cats as
there's,
well,
and
and- yes,
people have
of
all
course,
kinds
yeah.
of pets, so, right? The store is for all pets. I'm just speaking about dogs specifically. And they say, well, what do I do? Because everything is done right, but it's getting the right nutrition.
the right food,
Yeah.
right? The right food for the right dog.
Right.
Labs, German Shepherds, they generally do great on foods that
Right.
have potato in them.
Okay.
Often it's the littler
It's the
dogs, the
little
Shih
guys.
Tzus, the Bijans, the Yorkies, all the little guys that
Okay.
tend to have issues with it. If you put them on a food and it's not expensive, we take people off of, a lot of times the vets,
Yeah.
they're doctors, they want to write a prescription. So
And those
they'll-
have side effects.
Yes,
just
they'll
like
put them
with the-
on
yeah.
Abaquil.
Right.
And they'll, you end up, or a lot of times they'll put them on a very expensive science diet food. And this food is a fraction of the price, $15 versus $100.
Okay.
And
It makes
can fix it.
and it fixes
You
the
can
problem.
fix it.
So that's a huge, because like you said,
Yes.
knowing the nutritional aspect and knowing that. What would you say also, the other thing that pops in my head is two things you mentioned about dogs now, there's more maintenance, right? So you would suggest a person who's interested in getting a dog to take those quizzes to know the right dog. Let's talk a little bit, because what happens is people or get emotional, right? It's an emotional buy to some degree. I love the dog. He's so cute. She's so cute. The cat is amazing.
Yes.
But then it's a responsibility,
yes.
right? And so you've got to know what you're getting into, because you don't want then going to an adoption later or saying, I don't want the animal anymore. So what would you say would be how you approach knowing the right pet for you? Whether it's a cat, whether it's a dog, and what breed. Yeah.
there's definitely quizzes you can take online.
Okay.
And do research,
Yeah.
hopefully on the breed that you're interested in getting.
Yeah.
Some breeds are better with children. Some breeds, if you're a runner and you want a dog that's going to be able to run with you all the time. Not all dogs can do that.
Right.
So
Right.
picking the right dog, and then also understanding dogs that are going to need constant maintenance. With people love
The costs that go
their
involved, the
doodles
time
that are
that go-
getting
yeah.
super popular.
Sure.
But they're expensive to maintain.
Right.
And
Yeah.
if you don't keep them groomed properly, what ends up happening, they get knots in their hair.
Right.
Things like that. And when you get a big knot, and this is important
Okay.
for people to know, in grooming, when you're trying to get the knots out, here's a tip. It's just like human hair. You brush from the ends
All the way
up.
up.
You don't
Okay.
start here and try
Okay.
to get the knot out. You have to start here
Right.
and work your way up. And you never want to cut into a knot, especially that they'll get tighter and tighter and tighter
Sure.
on the skin.
Sure.
And the skin ends up getting pulled up into the knot. And if you try to cut it, you'll cut the
So don't
the
get
skin.
don't get a high maintenance dog is what I'm
Right.
hearing, and then try to say I'm going to maintain it myself and don't do
Yes.
it properly.
Right.
Know what you're getting into.
Yes.
Understand, who you
There's a
are
lot
and
involved.
what you're trying to accomplish with your pet, and make sure you do the right matchup
Mm-hmm.
because that's where it starts. And then take the holistic approach. Learn, take your dog or take your cat or whatever animal is into a store, or potentially, I'm assuming I'll let the dogs in, just like, or
Mm-hmm. Oh,
pets
they
in.
absolutely.
Yeah, and then
We love it.
That's what I thought, and allow that true walk through, understand the diet, what type of things they should have, and take that time on the front end.
Right.
So then, that as you go along, which I'm about to get to my next point, So let's talk about aging. So now you've got a dog or a cat, and it starts to age. What are some of the things that people can start to expect or experience that can start to happen in the lifestyle? You've got a dog that's been running with you for the last 5 years, and now he's not wanting to run as much, or the cat wants to go off in the room and not be bothered. What are some of those indicators that it's going into a different direction?
Right.
Yeah.
Generally, the larger breeds, of course, don't live as long as the smaller breeds. The kind of rule of thumb is the bigger you are, the less your lifespan is going to be.
So it's the same thing. Okay. Okay.
So, a lot of times as they get older, they'll experience hip and joint issues.
Right.
Sometimes they never used to be afraid of thunder, and now it scares them. A lot of times they'll go blind. They'll lose their hearing. Unfortunately, a lot of the health problems that affect us now affect our dogs because we've been feeding them.
What would be the reason?
Kibble
Because
is
they're
the
treating them like
worst
humans.
thing we ever invented for dogs.
Kibbles?
Kibble.
Okay.
We've got dry food.
Dry food. Okay.
Dry food because it's a highly processed, and especially the stuff you get in the grocery store, it's full of corn.
Sure.
So it's a highly processed, carbohydrate-rich diet. They're American dogs.
Okay.
We've caused now heart disease, diabetes, all
So
of
to
these
some
things
degree,
in our dogs.
It's caused the lifestyle in which we've given the dogs or the animals.
Yes.
I keep saying dogs, but just in general.
Right.
Let's just say
Dogs or
animals.
cats.
Okay, I'm going to start saying animals. Okay. It's starting to be such like ours. We've made them almost identical to what we're living like.
Yes.
So now they're literally replicating what we have and having the same sicknesses and same type of feelings and emotions that we're going through. And so that's a huge point. So we have to consider that and to why you mentioned earlier. Let's go into some of these neat little fun things you have over here.
Sure.
You mentioned earlier about sometimes dogs or cats and animals in general are just naughty. They need a toy. They need something. So let's talk about some of this stuff over here that you brought in. Yeah.
This is a fun one.
Okay.
These are playology toys. A lot of people come in looking for, something fairly indestructible. If you've got a larger dog, they can tear things up.
Or they eat a lot of things, don't they? Socks and stuff. I don't know how they stay alive with doing all that. But anyway, that's great. Okay.
So this is one of our more popular toys. Playology came out with this. It's a scented bone.
Wow.
So it comes in, the cheese is, that one's disgusting, but the chicken, the beef, this one is the sweet potatoes, not bad.
Okay.
So it has a scent, and the more the dog chews, the more scent it releases. So it
fun is
entices
that?
them to chew. It helps to clean their teeth, which is another topic. There we go.
Oh, we can talk about teeth.
Teeth,
yeah. Of course.
And we were talking about older dogs. The CBD we do sell. We would recommend. Let's say somebody came in and said, "My dog's getting older, just isn't getting around like she used to." Glucosamine and chondroitin, just like us, can help lubricate those joints. We have little treats that they can have once a day. And people say that a dog that was barely getting around will be jumping back up on the couch.
Okay, so it changes. It gives
back
them
to
some
their old
energy.
self. Yes,
gives them some energy, just like when we take some vitamins or something of that same nature.
And CBD also is a big game changer for a lot of dogs. Dogs with high anxiety level. If you leave the house and your dog goes crazy.
Well, see, that's the other thing.
Every time.
It's funny you bring that point up, but a lot of times people are around their pets so much now. They're living in the house, so dogs are having, or animals in general, cats and
separation anxiety.
Is that what it's called? Yeah. I mean, so that's another a big thing because of having them now so much around you all the time, your animal, that they're no longer being able to think, hey, just go outside and play like years ago. Now it's like, well, where are you? I can't exist without you.
Yes.
So these are things to keep in mind that have changed that we have to kind of give into. Correct.
Well, there are things you can do to help. There's lots of things we recommend a lot of times if your dog is or I do personally. This is something that's worked for me before. I take just an old shirt or something and sleep with it at night, and it will smell like you in the morning.
Okay.
And then you can put that in with your baby, your fur baby.
Yeah.
When you leave for the day,
Okay.
and it will help them not be so anxious, not miss you quite so much.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, there's all
Interesting.
kinds of
so
little
back
tips
to
and
you were
tricks.
mentioning earlier about the teeth. So
Yeah.
let's talk about that.
Okay.
How often should the teeth get brushed? Are we flossing them?
I know.
Are we
No.
getting them veneers? I mean, what type
Well,
of
this
stuff?
is the Woodlands.
Yeah,
wouldn't put
anything's
it
possible.
past-
I'm sure somebody has gotten their dog veneers or their cat veneers. But, what should be kind of a routine that people should be doing for their teeth, with their animal? Yeah.
Just like us, unfortunately, their teeth need care.
Yeah.
So it's not something people think about a lot of times, and you probably aren't going to think about it
Or
until
don't get around to it.
Right, until the vet suddenly says, "Oh, your dog needs a teeth cleaning." They're going to have to put them asleep to do it.
Right.
And it's very expensive.
Okay.
And when they get older, a lot of times it's a health risk. You can't put them to sleep.
You're saying if you're not doing it yourself,
Right.
why it's important to do it.
Right.
Okay.
So
Okay.
you can prevent this by there's so many products. There's a water additive you can
Okay.
add to their water. I personally use one that's just a little powder.
Okay.
The scoop is as big as a pin.
Wow.
And you just add one little scoop to their food every day. It's an enzyme cleaner, so it will soften the plaque on their teeth.
Nice.
One common misconception
Okay.
is that kibble, dry food, cleans their teeth, and it's not hard enough, unfortunately.
Well, that's just like saying an apple cleans our teeth.
Right. Yeah. It
No, it doesn't.
It
Get
isn't
apple
hard
a day.
enough.
No, yeah. But that same concept.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if you take an enzyme softener
Sure.
that will soften up that tartar, then it will allow normal mouth action and things like that to actually clean the teeth.
Okay.
So it takes a while. It's an everyday thing for the life of your pet.
Sure.
But
But
an
if you
ounce
do
of
it,
prevention
right.
is worth a pound of cure.
And you have to. Again, the consistency is when you sign up to have a pet or an animal that you take, well, the pet is an animal, right? You've got to really know what you're signing up for. It's not, hey, I just went out and got this pet and now I'm going to kind of let it be. You're going to really give it the time and the care and the love. And, and let's go kind of to the next point about adoptions and things of that nature. Do y'all do adoptions there at all, or what are your thoughts on, the adoption process and how things are being handled today? Yeah.
Well, we don't sell pets, but
Okay.
we do sometimes have adoption events at our store. All the Natural Paws stores
Sure.
do adoption events. We support all different rescue groups in the area. We
Okay.
support Montgomery County Animal Shelter.
Nice.
We
So you reach out to the community.
oh,
And
absolutely.
the community, I'm sure, reaches out to you back as well.
Yes.
So there is that partnership between the two.
Yes.
And facilitating them.
Yeah, and we tell people if you're looking for even a designer breed, even if you're
Okay.
looking for a specific dog, you can just Google a Shih Tzu rescue if you're
Right.
or Poodle rescue in Houston, if whatever type of dog you're interested in.
Sure.
And sometimes it takes a little while.
Right.
So, maybe get on, talk with them, tell them you're thinking about it, and they'll give you a call if they get in a baby, because they watch all of the dogs that come in,
Okay.
and they'll try to, the ones that are very adoptable,
Okay.
they'll take them out and put them in foster care so that they're less likely to get sick.
Okay.
They're and they'll know more about the animal, be able to tell you, this little one does this, and
Right.
this is her specialty, and this one is super rambunctious, and this
Sure.
one's quiet.
Right.
So it's a wonderful way to get a new baby in your family.
Well, that's great. Let's take a quick commercial, and we'll come back and talk some more. We'll be right back.
We are broadcasting live from the Woodlands, Texas to the world. You're listening to the only multimedia FM station in Houston, Texas. Your Fusion Radio. Top 40s, dance, Latin, country, pop, rock and roll. All in one station. Mixing genres and generations. You're listening to KNLY, New Waverly, Texas. 91.1 FM, The Boss.
If you're tired of wasting your money on makeup bags that were not wide enough and tumbling out your cosmetics, Makeup Junkie bags are here. One of the best cosmetic and travel bags you'll ever own, handcrafted in Texas. You can visit www.makeupjunkiebags.com where you can find our collection of makeup bags, totes, man junk bags, and jewelry bags. But that's not all. These junkie bags are not only for makeup. Visit www.makeupjunkiebags.com and shop all the bags everyone loves. Get one for you, your family, and your friends.
This was a proud sponsor of KNLY 91.1 FM.
It started as a dream. When I was a little kid, I always wanted to have my own restaurant. And it was a dream that finally we had the opportunity to build it here in the Woodlands. And I'm so happy with it.
It's a really authentic Italian food. I try to maintain the most original possible. It's very important. Every day I make my fresh pasta.
Chi mangia bene,
Mangia
mangia
italiano.
italiano. Please come and visit us.
This was a proud sponsor of KNLY
Cupcakes and Bubbles,
91.1 FM.
located at 26400 Kirkendall Road in Tomball, Texas. Cupcakes and Bubbles has the sweetest and most delicious cupcakes for the entire family. From chocolate raspberry, strawberry rhubars, cookies and cream, and the most popular among kids, the s'mores cupcake. Come and enjoy our cupcakes with a glass of your favorite bubbles. Visit www.cupcakesandbubbles.com for the complete list of our delicious cupcakes. Order online through our webpage. DoorDash and Uber Eats is available too. Enjoy life's sweetest moments with Cupcakes and Bubbles.
This was a proud sponsor of KNLY 91.1 FM.
Wellness Center is a premier wellness center specializing in effective medical interventions to help you look and feel younger. Dr. Nangrani is dedicated to providing unmatched personalized care using a holistic approach that includes sophisticated cosmetic, aesthetic, and anti-aging treatments in a warm and relaxing atmosphere. Combining a medical spa with a wellness center, we ensure the best medical treatments are complemented by specialized holistic healing techniques. Veda's treatments will enhance your natural beauty and never leave you with that done look. Visit us at vedasmedspa.com or call us at 281-298-5476.
Do you feel that your energy costs are unnaturally high? Do you want to fortify your building and keep it strong and secure for years to come? Then NRG Spray Foam Insulation is the answer you're looking for. Our unique foam insulation is made to help our customers save in energy, prevent gas, air, and moisture infiltration, as well as helping with general stability in your building structure. Call us at 713-936-3021 or visit us online at nrgfoam.com for more information. NRG Spray Foam. Building green, living green.
This message was from a proud sponsor to KNLY 91.1 FM.
Welcome back to Today with Cachet. It's Friday. Yes, we're talking about pets, the most hottest topic right now, and how they get their facials done. I was just sitting there laughing. Okay, well, you know what? They deserve it, right? Just like we do. So, anyway, we've been talking about everything. Natural Paws, the store to go to here in the Woodlands. If you have not been, you need to go. It's the holistic approach. It's all natural. It's giving your animal the right choice. There's the options are there, and you're in the right place. So then you're providing the right option, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. So one of the things I wanted to talk about that we had not covered yet is, so animals, tend to gain weight. Let's look at the lifestyle today, right? I mean, I see it all the time. People are working, they have their pet, they leave them there all day, they come home, they're like, okay, 5 minutes, go, let's go potty, let's go, come back in. How's this affecting their weight, the exercise, and how much should these animals really be getting? I mean, that's a huge point. I mean, and how's that affecting your health, right?
A lot of we get people who will wander in and ask, my pet's a little overweight.
Right.
It happens. A few too many treats here and there. Table scraps and things like that. They're little.
Yeah.
Especially the little ones. It's so they can get overweight so quickly. And people are busy. Super busy.
Yep.
So getting them out to get that good walk in is hard. But oftentimes that's the beauty of having a pet is it's going to make you get outside. It's going to make you take the time.
Take the
to
responsibility
stop and
again.
smell the roses
Take
and take a good
responsibility.
long
You
walk.
bought the animal.
Yes.
Spend some time with the animal. Make it a priority.
Yes.
Just like going to work and everything else is a priority, you got to do it.
Yeah.
That's important.
And there are a lot of things that you can do to
pet
promote.
sitters, people that come and walk the dog, things like that, right?
Yeah, certainly. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So make sure you're researching. If you can't do it for some reason, make sure you get some assistance.
Well, and not only more exercise if you have an overweight dog, but cutting back on the treats a little bit.
Okay.
We have treats that are vegetable based,
Okay.
so they're going to be lower in calorie
Okay.
if you like to give lots of treats.
Yeah.
We've got teeny ones, so they're still getting something
you
super
have some
yummy but
options.
very small.
Which is leading to my next point. Let's talk a little bit more about what type of stuff. I know the food now. Like everybody, this is the food you need to go get at Naturopaths for, or one of many, right?
There's all kinds.
But let's talk about some of the other stuff you'll offer there, like the clothing and all of the leashes. Just give us a little bit more about what you offer over there.
Sure. We do have all kinds of fun little outfits and things like that. I know a lot of people in the Woodlands love to go to Camp Bow Wow.
Oh,
And they will take pictures. They'll do they do like free photos of your dogs and
Okay.
things like that. But they don't sell clothing. So if you're looking for cute stuff, we do have a lot of cute stuff.
awesome.
And then, just everyday things
Like
leashes
shampoos and
wonderful.
organic. I'm guessing you've got
Yes.
the holistic shampoos and everything,
Yes,
right?
and we can give you a lot of advice based on your dog's
Okay,
needs.
okay.
Because just like people, not everybody's hair is the same.
Yes.
You may have fur, are dealing with shedding, you need a shed control shampoo.
Okay.
Maybe your dog's itchy, maybe this is going on. So having somewhere where you can go and ask questions, that is a lot of times what'll bring people into the store. They're having some kind of issue.
And y'all are so happy, is what you're saying, to kind of sit down and talk through them and say, hey, let's look through this, let's assess what's going on and see what type of things we can do to kind of help that out, which is huge. The other part is, okay, so we've told everyone, be responsible, you've got your pet, but then there's the training aspect, right? Should people take their pet to get trained? Should they spend the time training themselves, or a combination of both? I mean, what would you suggest?
I think it's an individual decision,
Okay.
Based
Yeah.
on your needs and your lifestyle and your
Right.
dog and all of that, and money and
Right.
training
But there's
is
some
expensive.
key things they probably need to.
Yeah, there's so much online.
Yeah.
Really, you can learn a lot online.
Okay.
If you're having specific issues, look online, and there's a lot of very good advice.
Here's a question: what's a realistic time frame if let's say I got a puppy, or I got a cat? Well, cats kind of do their own thing, right? Like, I don't know what to say about cats as much. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know. I've never grown up with cats, but I know that they are so fun. Like they do all. I was watching a cat on a clip opening a door, and I'm thinking, okay, that's why I don't need a cat. But no, to the point of where I was going is, here we are, and you've got all these pets, right? And so what would you say is some of the key things that should be done, like when you get,
Sure.
Yeah, like, for example, what would be realistic? You get a dog and you got to potty train him, right? That's one, we know it has to be done. 6 weeks? What can you expect? 8 months? I mean,
Right.
yeah.
It depends. I guess first of all on the breed.
Okay.
Some breeds are tougher to potty train than others.
Right.
I personally, I used potty pads one time
Yeah,
to
I've heard
train a
about
dog,
those,
and
yeah.
then she has forever thought that every rug or carpet that she sees,
God,
she needs
yeah.
to tinkle on.
Yeah.
So, that didn't work for me, but it does work for a lot of other people.
Okay. It just depends again.
Yeah, it's what your situation is,
Okay.
because sometimes, do you have a doggy door?
Yeah.
Is the dog being crated when you're away,
Yeah.
or are they free roaming?
That's a good point. Do you believe that when, I've heard people do this when they leave the house, they put them in the crate?
In the crate.
Yeah.
There's a couple of schools of thought on it,
Okay.
I guess, and a lot of people think when the dog is home and he's free loose in the house, it's his job, her job, to
Okay.
guard the house.
Okay.
They're supposed to be guarding you, guarding the house. It's their natural instinct.
Okay.
And when you put them in the kennel, they're off duty.
Okay.
So I know some people view it as maybe being cruel,
Okay.
but you can also view it in a way where it's the dog's off time.
Okay.
When he's in the kennel,
Okay.
he doesn't have to be in charge or on guard or anything.
Right.
And
Is there also the option of putting like the gate, like a gate around a certain
Right.
room, like, or putting them in a certain room?
Yes.
And having that room, I guess set up for, so it gives them a little bit more than just in a crate. I mean, I guess you have to
Right.
decide what makes sense, but it's okay to section them off if you
right,
want. Right.
And
right,
honestly, like my dog, when I leave,
Yeah.
he goes to sleep. And he pretty much stays asleep in the same spot
Right.
all day
Yeah.
until I come home.
yeah. So
Anyway.
again, you're lucky, right? Like he's like, I'm just going to sit wherever I want. How do you know that? You probably need one of those cameras. He's probably
Yes.
over there running around doing this. She's coming. Let me put everything back.
If I sneak home, I've caught him with like
Okay.
smushy face, half
exactly.
asleep.
Yeah, we've seen enough of those cartoons, right? No, I'm just teasing. And so the other thing is, and speaking of the holistic approach, and what's so amazing about Natural Paws is a lot of dogs, you try to do your nutrition just like you try to do with ourselves, right? But unfortunately, some are going to have medical issues, right?
Yep.
Aging, just
Luck
in
of the
general,
draw. Yep.
right? So with that, how does Natural Paws kind of, let's say someone has, just got their dog or their cat or whatever has been diagnosed with something, and they're like, okay,
What do
they
we
want to
do?
come in. What do I do? How do you work along with
Sure,
them with
yeah.
that type of stuff? Yeah.
Unfortunately, a lot of dogs, have to go in for major surgeries
cats or whatever,
or
animals.
cats. Anyway,
I know we keep saying
dogs.
we love dogs.
I'm
Okay,
sorry, I love
we
cats.
love dogs.
I love them all.
Okay, she loves them all. Yes. Okay,
I do,
good.
I do.
But anyway,
What were we talking
we were talking about
Sorry.
the medical. We were talking about how we love dogs.
Oh, that's
We were
right,
talking
yeah.
about when
Medical
the medical
issues, yeah.
they've been diagnosed. An animal's been
Right.
diagnosed with a medical
Yeah.
issue, and now the owner is just freaking out, right? And
Right.
they're experiencing all these different side effects and whatnot. And they've now heard about Natural Paws, right? This is
Right.
great. This is like music to the ears because it's a holistic approach. It's going to give their animal some type of natural
Right.
ways of doing things
Right.
versus the conventional method.
Right.
How does Natural Paws work with that owner when they walk in the store to kind of help give them tips along the way?
Sure.
Yeah.
A lot of times, let's see, pancreatitis, diabetes, things like that. Our advice would be to stay away from the dry food.
And then the diabetes, lower glycemic.
Absolutely.
You were saying that,
So,
yeah.
changes in their diet can help. Let's say they just had all of their teeth removed, a pretty common problem.
Oh, wow.
Okay, we'll show you our full line of wet foods, raws, all of those
Okay.
things. We have dehydrated. We have we have
So
everything
as
you could
dogs
need.
and cats and animals age or they have medical issues, Natural Paws also has that approach to kind of intervene in that as well.
If
Yeah.
they've been on antibiotics, just like us,
Yeah.
a lot of times maybe their digestive, they just haven't been able to recover from
Right.
it. Maybe they need a little bit of probiotics in there. Their physiology is not that dissimilar
Different from ours, right.
So if you kind of think, like if you go to the grocery store, you're going to look at nutrition labels. If you go to get a medication, you're going to read it. And
Right.
people tend to just kind of, that's what we've been taught, to just go to the grocery store and you see the picture and so you just feed it to your dog.
Right.
But people, we have to become more aware of what's in it. I love all of the commercials that are coming out now
Okay.
about comparing some of the poorer quality, we won't mention names, some of the poorer quality
Options out there.
options that are available in the grocery store.
Yeah.
And if you read that label, you'll be shocked.
So take the time. Read the label. Don't just grab the
Yes,
bags, right?
right.
And then I think
Read
the
the
other
label,
part
see
that's
what's in
important
it.
is to have someone like you, though, who can actually give them the education and actually educate people on what it is. Because what you're saying and knowing these type of things. So I would say go to Natural Pause, be educated by someone who can kind of look at and assess what's going on, and then give that right
Yes.
option for you. We're going to take another quick commercial because we didn't do one. And then we'll be right back.
We are broadcasting live from the Woodlands, Texas to the world. You're listening to the only multimedia FM station in Houston, Texas. Your Fusion Radio. Top 40s, dance, Latin, country, pop, rock and roll. All in one station. Mixing genres and generations. You're listening to KNLY New Waverly, Texas. 91.1 FM, The Boss.
Veda's Medical Spa and Wellness Center is a premier wellness center specializing in effective medical interventions to help you look and feel younger. Dr. Nangrani is dedicated to providing unmatched personalized care using a holistic approach that includes sophisticated cosmetic, aesthetic, and anti-aging treatments in a warm and relaxing atmosphere. Combining a medical spa with a wellness center, we ensure the best medical treatments are complemented by specialized holistic healing techniques. Veda's treatments will enhance your natural beauty and never leave you with that done look. Visit us at vedasmedspa.com or call us at 281-298-5476.
It started as a dream. When I was a little kid, I always wanted to have my own restaurant. And it was a dream that finally we had the opportunity to build it here in the Woodlands. And I'm so happy with it.
It's a really authentic Italian food. I try to maintain the most original possible. It's very important. Every day I make my fresh pasta.
Chi mangia bene,
Mangia
mangia
italiano.
italiano. Please come and visit us.
This was a proud sponsor of KNLY 91.1 FM.
If you're tired of wasting your money on makeup bags that were not wide enough and tumbling out your cosmetics, Makeup Junkie bags are here. One of the best cosmetic and travel bags you'll ever own, handcrafted in Texas. You can visit www.makeupjunkiebags.com where you can find our collection of makeup bags, totes, man junk bags, and jewelry bags. But that's not all. These junkie bags are not only for makeup. Visit www.makeupjunkiebags.com and shop all the bags everyone loves. Get one for you, your family, and your friends.
This was a proud sponsor of KNLY
Cupcakes and
91.1
Bubbles,
FM.
located at 26400 Kirkendall Road in Tomball, Texas. Cupcakes and Bubbles has the sweetest and most delicious cupcakes for the entire family. From chocolate raspberry, strawberry rhubars, cookies and cream, and the most popular among kids, the s'mores cupcake. Come and enjoy our cupcakes with a glass of your favorite bubbles. Visit www.cupcakesandbubbles.com for the complete list of our delicious cupcakes. Order online through our webpage. DoorDash and Uber Eats is available too. Enjoy life's sweetest moments with Cupcakes and Bubbles.
This was a proud sponsor of KNLY 91.1 FM.
Do you feel that your energy costs are unnaturally high? Do you want to fortify your building and keep it strong and secure for years to come? Then NRG Spray Foam Insulation is the answer you're looking for. Our unique foam insulation is made to help our customers save in energy, prevent gas, air, and moisture infiltration, as well as helping with general stability in your building structure. Call us at 713-936-3021 or visit us online at nrgfoam.com for more information. NRG Spray Foam. Building green, living green.
This message was from a proud sponsor to KNLY 91.1 FM.
Good morning and welcome back to Today with Cachet. We are talking, it's Friday, and we're talking Hot Topic all about pets pets, pets, pets. It's a big, big business. It's a $72 billion business. So obviously people are spending a lot on pets. And we've been talking about everything, really. But Natural Paws here in the Woodlands, and actually all 24 locations. But we've got 4, you said, here in the Woodlands?
Yes.
So as a holistic approach to helping your animal get the right nutrition, right toys, right treats, right shampoos, and everything and anything in between. And we've got Jill Zimmerman, who is the store leader, in here this morning, telling us everything we need to know. And so really you were mentioning the other point that you wanted to bring up during commercial was about grains. What did you want to talk about with grains?
I know there's been a lot of talk. It's a big hot topic these days. A lot of people come in with questions.
Okay.
The FDA came out with a list last year of foods that were dog foods that were possibly suspected to be causing heart issues.
Yeah, we touched that a little earlier. Yeah.
And they backed off of their
Have they?
they
Okay.
backed off of
Okay.
their statement. It was unsubstantiated at this point.
Okay.
They basically what they're saying is they don't have the right research yet to know.
Okay.
And it was an issue involving a lack of taurine. So, FYI, the basic difference between dog food and cat food is the protein levels. Cats need more protein than dogs do.
Okay.
And cats cannot live on animal protein, whereas dogs and humans can live off of plant or animal.
Okay.
And the taurine levels are going to be different. Cats don't make their own taurine, whereas dogs do. But they typically put it in dog food anyway, just to make sure they're getting enough.
Okay.
And the grain issues were related to the taurine. It was dogs. It was 500 dogs, though, out of, I mean, how many hundreds of thousands of dogs
So it was a
are
small,
in the U.S.?
Extremely small
Very
percentage.
small percentage.
Yeah.
So our answer,
Yeah.
our approach has been to treat their health and nutrition much like ours,
Right.
in that we recommend a healthy diet which might include grains and it might not. It depends on the breed. It
Again,
depends on the age.
Yeah.
It depends on the individual.
Okay.
So we prefer to recommend food based on those criteria.
Got it.
And not as a blanket approach.
Interesting.
Because some dogs do great with grains. Some dogs don't. And a variety in their diet, rotating their proteins, making sure that they get... one thing we had talked about earlier was a lot of people are worried about their dog's nutrition, and so they're cooking their dog's food.
Right.
And doing all, I mean... Yeah, people spend hours at night doing this.
Yes.
And sometimes we have a lot of tips to make that easier. Sometimes they're not getting all of their nutrition, and there's additives or things you can do.
Right. Which is why it's important to stop in, is what you're saying. Basically, what I'm hearing is it's great to go in, obviously, to get your, get the shampoos, get the leashes, get all those things, but it's also so good for the consultative part.
Yes.
Because you're able to actually talk with people and better understand what is going on with their animal and better apply what should, the right product or the right treatment in conjunction with their doing with their doctors or their everyday life.
And when the dogs are coming in for grooming at any of our stores, the groomers are going over every square inch of them. They get their nails done, they get their ears cleaned, they get their anal glands expressed,
Wow.
they get their hair cut.
They get facials, you said?
Yes, there's doggy facials.
Wow.
A lot of the little white dogs, will eat, and
'cause they get the
over
stuff cut-
time,
yeah.
they'll get some staining here.
Yeah, nobody wants that on their dog, I'm sure.
A tip for people that
Okay.
have dogs that may have tear staining.
Uh-huh.
If you give them bottled water and not tap water, that will help tremendously. A lot of this is mineral and coming out. And then also blueberries. A couple blueberries a week will keep a white dog white.
See exactly why you have to pop in the store, because those are the kind of things you're just not going to know, right? You're
Yeah.
just not going to know unless you have someone like yourself, Natural Pause, to give you that information, because you'll live it, you breathe it. I mean,
Yes.
this is your life. You're passionate, you love it, and you know these things. So let's just kind of regroup again about Natural Pause. Kind of tell everyone out there what we've been talking about and why they need to get to Natural Pause. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I'm drawing a blank now.
Yeah, okay, so really, you're fine. So basically, what we've been talking about today is that Natural Pause obviously offers a holistic, natural approach. And the difference between going in a store and just grabbing a bag of something and grabbing something is you may not be getting the right thing. And so why it's so important to go there, because you're going to get that right treatment, the right foods, the right products for your animal.
Right,
It just
and
makes
it's
all the
not-
difference, right?
Not necessarily more expensive.
No,
It's
yeah.
the more expensive one isn't always the right answer.
Of course not.
And then I have to tell you, the groomers. That's how I started.
And you said
working.
the first time they get groomed, they get $10 off.
Yes, $10
That's something
off
you're
your
offering?
first groom.
Okay.
And
It's a great way to kind of come in and learn and get to know
Yes.
everybody. Well, that's
Yes.
great. Well, you know what? I've had so much fun learning all about, because I haven't got my pet yet. So now I know all I need to know to kind of start my process before I get my my own pet.
Good for you.
So anyway, thank you so much for coming in.
You're welcome.
And Natural Pause, everyone. That's the place to go. Have a great day. We'll see you. Bye-bye.